Hidden deep in the remote mountains of Asia lies a cave that cries. Locals call it the Weeping Cave. At night, its haunting sobs echo through the valley, not like the sound of dripping water, but like a human voice, weeping in pain. Visitors say it's impossible to forget a sound that feels alive, as if the mountain itself is mourning. But what causes a cave to cry like a person? That's the mystery we're exploring today, the legend. Long before scientists ever studied it, the people who lived near the cave told tales passed down for generations. One legend speaks of a woman named Mei Lin, a healer who once lived in the valley centuries ago. When her village was struck by drought, she prayed in the mountains every day for rain. But the rain never came. In despair, she entered the cave and never returned. The next morning, the villagers heard the cave weeping. And then, the rain finally fell. From that day, they believed her spirit remained inside, crying for the pain of the world. A sound unlike any other modern travelers have tried to capture the sound, but recordings don't do it justice. At first, it begins as a low hum, then a high-pitched moan that rises and falls, like someone gasping for air between tears. Geologists were baffled. No wind should travel that deep into the cave. No water flow could make such human-like tones. The science behind the cry. But in time, scientists began to uncover the truth. The crying isn't supernatural, it's natural acoustics. Inside the cave, narrow tunnels twist like a labyrinth. When water drips from the ceiling or when wind slips through, the sound waves bounce between stone walls, amplifying and warping the pitch. The result? An echo that mimics the tone and rhythm of a sob. When humidity changes or when the wind is strong, the cry becomes louder, even human-like. It's sound physics mixed with perfect conditions, a rare acoustic phenomenon that few places on Earth can create. Even seasoned explorers describe the experience as unnerving. One researcher said it felt like standing beside someone crying, except there was no one there. Emotional impact. Even knowing the science doesn't make it less haunting. Locals still bring offerings to the cave entrance, flowers, candles, even food, believing the cave spirit listens. Many say they feel an overwhelming sadness when they enter. Scientists think it's due to low-frequency sounds, which can affect the human nervous system, making us feel emotional without knowing why. So maybe the cave isn't just crying, maybe it's making us remember what sadness feels like. Explorers' stories. Several expeditions have tried to map the cave, but few go beyond the main chamber. The deeper tunnels twist and narrow, and strange echoes make it easy to get disoriented. One explorer, Ana Morales, described it best. Every time I turned, I'd hear footsteps, but no one followed. And when I paused, the cave cried louder. Another team used sonar equipment. They discovered a deep chamber filled with underground water, a small lake reflecting the sound upward, turning every drop into an echo of a human sob. The psychological side. Why do we hear emotion in these sounds? Psychologists say humans are wired to recognize voices, especially crying. Our brains can't help but interpret certain frequencies as human. The cave's natural acoustics hit those same emotional notes, triggering empathy, even fear. That's why visitors often report chills, tears, or an urge to comfort. It's not ghosts, it's biology. But maybe it's both, because sometimes science can explain the how, but not the why. Similar phenomena around the world. This isn't the only crying cave on Earth. In Italy, there's the Grotta Piangente, the Weeping Grotto, AQ, where mineral water drips like tears from human-shaped faces in stone. In Mexico's Cenote de las Lágrimas, the cave weeps during rainy seasons, and locals say the spirits of ancestors cry with it. But none compare to the haunting realism of this mountain cave's sound. When scientists compared frequency patterns, the cave's cry matched the human voice range almost exactly, between 300 and 3,000 hertz. What the locals believe today. Even today, villagers still avoid going near the cave at night. They say if you enter when the moon is full, you'll hear the voice whisper your name. But instead of fear, some find comfort. They believe the cave cries for humanity, for all our sorrow and mistakes, a reminder that nature too can feel. During festivals, they light lanterns near the entrance, each one symbolizing a prayer of healing. Whether it's legend or science, the cave that cries like a human reminds us that the world is full of mysteries. Some you can measure, and some you can only feel. If you ever find yourself deep in those mountains, listen closely. The wind might just tell you a story, one that's been echoing for centuries. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more mysterious stories from around the world.